For more, I spoke recently with Sarah Rosenbaum, a professor of health law and policy at George Washington University Milken Institute School of Public Health. Sarah Rosenbaum, thanks for joining us. So let's first talk about Kentucky. It was poised to be the first state in the country to add work requirements for some Medicaid recipients, but just days before taking effect, a judge blocked the new rules. Why?
Kentucky's proposal, like the proposals in other states, really boiled down to removing people from Medicaid. The state by itself projected a 15% drop in Medicaid beneficiaries, and what the judge said was, you haven't shown us how an experiment on the poor that removes tens of thousands of people from the Medicaid program furthers the objections of the Medicaid program, so you haven't done your job under the law. You have to go back and explain why removing coverage from people furthers the objectives of Medicaid.
All right, let's talk a little bit about that word experiment. Are 50 states allowed to basically have 50 different experiments on what could and what could not work? And in this case, what could and what could not be sued to stop?
Medicaid does not, except in one very particularized circumstance, allow a state to impose work requirements. So, in order to conduct a work experiment, and I use the word experiment quite literally here, the federal government has to turn to a different provision of law, one that actually predates Medicaid itself. And so in order to use this special authority, which has been around for 55 years now, the Secretary is essentially no longer approving a state program under the Medicaid statute. He's approving it as an experiment.
Yeah, there's going to be people that look around and say, look, we have historically low unemployment. What's the harm in adding work requirements to getting this incredible benefit of health care?
In fact, the unemployment rates, as you point out, are historically low. The vast majority of poor people work, look for work. The nature of labor in a low-wage market, which is where low-income adults are, obviously, is that it comes in cycles. You may get more hours, you may get fewer hours, you may be called in for time or get laid off for a while. You may be a seasonal worker. And so there's a normal fluctuating to and fro, and any effort that can be made to help people who are in low-wage jobs, who need skills training, who need help finding work, is a wonderful thing. And the results of voluntary work programs are actually quite strong. What is a real head-scratcher here from a policy point of view is why you would ever threaten people's health insurance coverage over this, when there is no evidence, in fact, that more than the smallest handful of low-income people just don't work and don't want to work and have no reason not to work. To put at risk people's coverage simply because they can't report in their monthly hours clocked at work, when in fact there's a tiny handful of people who, are the proverbial needles in the haystack, is, I think, what makes the whole enterprise so irrational and, frankly, so inhumane.
All right, Sarah Rosenbaum, a professor of health law and policy at George Washington University. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.